Welcome back to the Koala English Podcast, the place where learning English becomes clear, practical, and exciting. I'm Anthony.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha. It's so wonderful to be here with you today. I'm feeling energized and ready to learn.
Energized? That sounds serious.
Oh, yes. Today we really mean business.
I love that, because today's episode can change the way you build sentences in English in a simple, natural way.
Have you ever felt your grammar is correct, but your sentence still sounds a little not native?
That happens because English words often travel in pairs. Certain verbs naturally match certain nouns.
And when you learn these natural partnerships, your English becomes smoother, more confident, and more fluent.
You won't just know English, you'll start to feel what sounds right.
So today, we'll practice strong word combinations that people use every day. At work, with friends, in real conversations.
And by the end, you'll begin to notice these patterns all around you. In videos, podcasts, and daily English.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English in this calm but practical way, please like and subscribe to the Koala English channel.
Your support helps more learners discover this space, and it motivates us to create even more helpful episodes for you.
All right, take a deep breath.
Get ready to level up your English.
Let's begin.
Let's begin with something very personal. Your name. Not just a word, but your identity.
Yes, your name is often the first thing people learn about you. It can carry family, culture, memories, sometimes even emotion.
Samantha, can I ask you something? Is Samantha the name you always use?
That's a lovely question. My name is Samantha, but I go by Sam.
Ah, so you go by Sam. When we say we go by a name, we mean that's the name people usually call us, the one that feels comfortable.
Yes. Samantha sounds more formal. Sam feels lighter, closer, more relaxed.
If someone asks, do you go by Samantha or Sam? They're asking which name feels most like you.
And that small choice can change the mood of a conversation.
Now think about this. Have you ever met someone who took a new name?
Yes. Some people take their partner's name after marriage.
Or when they move to another country, they might take an English name. Why do people do that?
Maybe they want to feel welcomed. Maybe they want others to say it more easily. Maybe it feels like a new beginning.
So when we say she took her husband's name, it means she changed her family name. It's not only grammar, it can represent a new chapter in life.
That can feel meaningful, even emotional.
Now, let's move to something practical. What do you do on an official document?
You sign your name.
Yes. When you sign your name, you confirm something. You're saying, this is me. I agree.
There's responsibility in that simple action.
Now imagine this situation. Someone asks, do you remember Mr. Thompson?
And you reply, the name rings a bell.
When a name rings a bell, it feels familiar. You recognize it, but the full memory isn't clear yet.
It's like your mind quietly says, I've heard this before.
But you can't place it.
That feeling is interesting, isn't it?
It is. And something similar happens when you learn English.
At first, a word feels new and strange.
Later, it rings a bell.
And one day, you don't just recognize it, you use it naturally.
So if some phrases today ring a bell for you,
That's a beautiful sign. It means your English is growing. Now let's move to another important word. Program. Not just a schedule, but something organized, structured, and purposeful.
yes, a program usually has a goal. It might be a study program, a fitness program, a training program, something designed to help people improve.
Before anything begins, you set up a program.
When you set up a program, you create it. You decide what it's for. You prepare how it will work.
But it doesn't stop there. You don't just create it quickly, you draw up the program.
To draw up a program means you design it carefully. You organize the steps, shape the structure, and decide the timing.
There's intention behind it.
Then something important happens. You agree on the program.
Yes, a team talks about it. They make small changes. They ask, is this realistic? And in the end, everyone agrees.
Once everyone feels ready, you launch the program.
Launch sounds powerful, doesn't it? It's the moment something officially begins.
Like launching a rocket. First preparation, then action.
After launching, someone needs to run the program.
To run a program means to manage it, to keep it moving, to support people as they follow it.
For example, a university might offer a program.
When they offer a program, they make it available to students.
And if a student decides to join, they enroll on the program.
Enroll means officially register. You choose to commit.
Then you follow the program.
Following a program means you stay consistent. You attend, practice, and keep going even on busy days.
And finally, you complete the program.
That word feels satisfying.
It does. Completion brings a sense of achievement. You started something and you finished it.
And in a way, learning English is like following a program.
You show up, you listen, you practice.
And step by step, you complete each stage.
Just like our listeners, moving forward one episode at a time.
Now, let's talk about business. This word feels strong, practical, even a little serious.
Yes. And there's a very common expression. If you mean business, you are serious. You are determined. You are not joking.
When someone says she means business, it means she is focused. She has a goal. She intends to succeed.
It's about attitude. You can hear it in someone's voice and see it in their actions.
Now, many people work in business.
That means their job is in the world of companies, money, management, or trade.
But some people go further. They set up a business.
Setting up a business takes courage. You prepare, you plan, you invest time and energy.
After setting it up, you don't just leave it there. You run the business.
To run a business means to manage it daily. You make decisions, you solve problems, you take responsibility.
But business can be risky.
Yes, If customers stop buying, if money runs out, a company might go out of business.
That means it closes down. It cannot continue.
There's something emotional about that phrase. It carries effort, struggle, and sometimes disappointment.
You know, language learning is a little like business.
Really? How?
First, you must mean business. You must decide you're serious.
Then you set up your learning routine.
You run your routine every day.
And if you stop practicing completely,
Your English might slowly go out of business.
so stay open, stay consistent, stay active.
Now, let's slow the energy a little.
Yes. This next word is softer, more emotional.
Hope.
Hope is what keeps us moving forward, even when we're unsure.
You can be full of hope.
When you are full of hope, you strongly believe something good can happen.
Imagine waiting for exam results. You don't know the outcome, but you are full of hope.
You can also express hope.
To express hope means to say what you wish for. I express hope that everything will go well.
When we express hope, we share our feelings openly.
And sometimes we can give someone hope.
Or bring hope into someone's life.
That means we encourage them. We remind them that improvement is possible.
A teacher can give hope. A kind sentence can bring hope. Even a small success can create hope.
There is also a gentle but powerful phrase, to live in hope.
When you live in hope, you continue believing, even when results are uncertain.
You might not see progress today. You might not feel confident yet.
But you live in hope that tomorrow will be better.
Learning English requires hope.
Because fluency doesn't arrive overnight.
It grows quietly, supported by consistency.
And carried forward by hope.
Now let's move to something practical and very useful in communication. Example.
Yes. Without examples, ideas can feel empty. Examples make meaning clear.
Teachers often give examples.
When a teacher gives an example, they turn theory into something real. Instead of only explaining a rule, they show it in action.
Writers might provide examples in articles or reports.
Providing examples helps the reader understand and trust the message.
Researchers also find examples when studying data.
They look carefully and say, here is evidence, here is a pattern.
You can also take something as an example.
For instance, we can take daily practice as an example of discipline. It shows consistency in action.
When you are building an argument, you include examples.
Including examples makes your argument stronger and more convincing.
You can also cite examples.
To cite examples means to refer to them formally, especially in academic or professional settings.
And sometimes you draw from examples.
That means you use past situations or real experiences to explain something new.
Examples are bridges.
They connect ideas to understanding.
And when you start giving your own examples in English,
that's when your confidence begins to grow.
Now let's talk about something powerful. Information.
Information shapes decisions. It influences opinions. It guides action.
We store information in our brains.
Just like a computer stores data, our minds keep words, memories, and experiences for later use.
When we need details, we request information.
Request sounds formal and polite. It shows respect.
Sometimes organizations withhold information.
To withhold means to keep something back, not share it yet.
Other times, they disclose information.
Disclose means to reveal or share something officially.
And if no one gives you the answer,
You can dig up information yourself.
that phrase is interesting. It suggests effort, like digging into the ground to find something valuable.
Curiosity leads you to search, read, ask questions.
And that's how real learners grow.
They don't wait for information to arrive. They go and find it. Information becomes knowledge, and knowledge becomes confidence. Every success begins with a plan. Not just a wish, not just an idea, but a plan.
Yes, first you make a plan. That's the starting point, the moment you decide to organize your thoughts.
Then you develop a plan. You add details, you think about steps, you imagine possible problems.
Sometimes you devise a plan carefully. Devise sounds thoughtful, like you're using strategy and creativity.
And in more formal situations, you might formulate a plan.
Formulate sounds structured. It's often used in business, research, or official settings.
But a plan is only powerful if you take action. So you implement the plan.
To implement means to start putting it into practice. No more thinking, now you are doing.
If everything feels ready, you go ahead with the plan.
And if the plan is difficult, maybe even uncomfortable, you press ahead with it.
Press ahead suggests determination. It means you continue even when it's not easy.
But not every plan works.
If something clearly fails, you might drop the plan.
Or scrap the plan completely.
Scrap feels stronger, like you are throwing it away.
And sometimes, instead of stopping forever, you shelve the plan.
Shelve means you put it aside for later, like placing a book back on a shelf.
Maybe the timing isn't right.
Maybe you need more experience.
In language learning, you might make a plan to practice every day.
You develop it, implement it, press ahead with it.
And if one method doesn't work,
You adjust the plan, but you don't give up.
Now let's change direction a little and talk about car.
A very everyday word, but full of useful verbs.
You can jump in the car.
That sounds quick and informal, like you're in a hurry.
And when you arrive somewhere, you jump out of the car.
Again, fast and casual.
You can also travel by car.
That describes your method of transport. I travel to work by car.
If you miss a turn, you reverse the car.
Or you back up.
Backing up is more conversational. Reversing sounds slightly more formal or technical.
On the road, you might need to overtake another car.
Overtake means to move ahead of someone who is driving more slowly.
But driving requires care.
If the road is wet or icy, the car may skid.
Skid means it slides without control.
And if something goes very wrong,
The car could crash.
That word feels serious.
It does, and it reminds us to be careful, not only with driving,
but also with language. Move steadily. Stay aware.
control builds confidence, whether you're on the road
Or speaking English. Let's return to the world of business for a moment and talk about the word market.
Yes, a market is not just a physical place. It represents buyers, demand, opportunity, competition.
When a company finishes creating something new, they put the product on the market.
That means they make it available for people to buy. It's the moment when preparation turns into exposure.
It can feel exciting, but also risky.
Because once something is on the market, people judge it.
Sometimes companies want to grow. They try to break into a new market.
Breaking into a market is not easy. It means entering a new area, often with strong competition.
It requires research, patience, strategy.
Farmers, for example, supply the market with vegetables.
To supply the market means to provide enough products to meet demand.
But balance is important.
If too many similar products appear, they can flood the market.
Flood suggests too much, more than people can buy.
And when that happens,
Prices drop, profit disappears, competition increases.
the market rewards quality and balance.
In a way, language learning has its own market.
Yes, there are many resources available.
But what makes something valuable is depth, clarity, and consistency.
Finally, let's talk about something creative. Idea.
Ideas are the starting point of everything. Every invention, every story, every plan begins with an idea.
You can have an idea.
That's the simple moment when something forms in your mind,
Or you might have no idea.
which honestly means you don't know.
Sometimes an idea suddenly pops into your head.
That phrase feels lively. It suggests surprise, like a light turning on.
You might say, "Wait, an idea just popped into my head."
Other times, you dream up an idea.
Dream up often suggests imagination. Maybe it's creative. Maybe it's unusual.
And in professional situations, you put forward an idea.
To put forward an idea means to suggest it formally and respectfully.
It requires confidence.
Because when you put forward an idea, you invite others to consider it.
And that's how innovation begins. One person having an idea, then sharing it. If there's one quiet truth in today's episode, it's this: English is not random.
Words don't stand alone. They form natural partnerships.
We don't build sentences by choosing every word separately.
Instead, we use combinations that feel natural to fluent speakers.
When you say launch a program instead of start program, your English sounds more professional.
When you say run a business instead of make business, your English sounds more natural.
When you say give an example instead of say example, your message becomes clearer.
These patterns are not rules to memorize like a robot.
They're rhythms you can slowly get used to.
First, you notice them,
Then you hear them again in real life.
and little by little,
They start to come out of your mouth more easily.
Today wasn't about collecting a long list.
It was about tuning your ear to how English truly moves.
When words naturally belong together in your mind,
You stop translating,
you start expressing.
and that quiet shift,
That is fluency.
Before we finish, let's step into real life again. Not explanations, situations.
Yes. Imagine conversations. At work, at home, on the road, in meetings. Everyone has a name. But do we always use the full version? Not usually. Many English names have a shorter everyday form.
Like what?
For example, my name is Elizabeth Parker, but I go by Beth.
So Elizabeth is the full name, and Beth is the daily name.
Yes, Elizabeth sounds more formal. Beth feels warmer and more relaxed.
What about Catherine?
Good example. My name is Catherine, but I go by Kate.
Catherine for official settings, Kate for friends.
That's right.
And for men?
His name is Philip, but he goes by Phil.
Philip might appear on contracts. Phil is what people say every day.
Exactly.
What are some other common ones?
Michael becomes Mike. Benjamin becomes Ben. Patrick becomes Pat.
Patrick sounds strong and complete. Pat sounds casual.
Yes. And Daniel becomes Dan. Matthew becomes Matt. Jonathan becomes John.
And for women?
Victoria becomes Vicky. Rebecca becomes Becky. Jennifer becomes Jenny. Charlotte becomes Charlie. Samantha becomes Sam.
Now, here's something interesting. Is Sam always male?
No, Sam can be short for Samuel. That's usually male. But it can also be short for Samantha, usually female.
So if someone says, "Hi, I'm Sam," we don't know immediately which full name it is?
Exactly. We understand from context.
And when someone says, "I go by Ben," what are they doing?
They're guiding you. They're telling you which name to use.
So it makes conversation smoother?
Yes, more natural and comfortable.
Now let's talk about bigger changes. Can a name change completely?
Yes. For example, she was Elizabeth Brown. After getting married, she took her partner's surname. Now she's Elizabeth Taylor.
That's not a nickname.
No, that's a legal change.
And what do you do on official documents?
You sign your name
Why is signing important?
because it confirms your identity. It shows agreement.
One more situation. Someone asks, "Do you remember Mr. Wilson?" What might you say?
The name rings a bell, but I can't remember where we met.
So you recognize it, but the memory isn't clear yet.
Yes, it feels familiar but incomplete.
So names can show identity,
Comfort,
formality, change, and recognition.
and English has natural verb combinations for all these moments.
Imagine a company wants to train staff. What's the first step?
They set up a training program.
And they carefully draw up the program, planning each detail.
After discussion, they agree on the program.
Then they launch the program in April,
The team runs the program weekly.
and the company offers the program to employees.
New staff enroll on the program.
Then they follow the program for several months.
Finally, they complete the program.
That shows commitment and progress. In a meeting, someone says, "We mean business."
That shows seriousness.
Some people work in business, in finance, management, trade.
Others set up a business.
like opening a bakery.
Then they run the business daily.
But if profits fall,
They might go out of business.
which means the company closes. Before exam results, a student might say,
I'm full of hope.
a parent might express hope.
I hope you succeed.
Kind words can give someone hope.
Or bring hope during difficult times.
Even after failure?
I still live in hope.
In a presentation?
Let me give you an example.
In writing?
This report provides several examples.
A researcher may find examples in data.
And take one case as an example of a bigger trend.
In arguments, we include examples.
We cite examples to support our point.
Or draw from examples when explaining a problem. Hospitals store information securely.
If you need details, you request information.
An organization may disclose the information.
Or withhold the information.
And if nobody answers?
You dig up the information yourself.
At the beginning of a project.
We need to make a plan.
Later?
We've developed a plan. As we come to the end of today's episode, thank you for staying with us. Not just listening, but noticing.
Today wasn't only about vocabulary.
It was about connection,
About how words move together.
about how language becomes natural when patterns feel familiar.
Maybe one phrase stayed with you.
Maybe put forward an idea sounded more confident than you expected.
Maybe press ahead with a plan felt strong and determined.
Or maybe a simple one, like give an example, suddenly felt clearer.
If one phrase rang a bell today,
That small recognition matters.
because fluency doesn't grow through memorizing long lists.
It grows through awareness,
Through hearing something
recognizing it.
and slowly beginning to use it yourself.
Before you leave, we invite you to write one sentence in the comments.
Choose any phrase from today.
Use it in your own life.
It doesn't need to be perfect,
It only needs to be yours.
because small action creates real improvement.
And improvement builds quietly, step by step.
If this episode supported your journey, please like and subscribe to the Koala English Podcast.
Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful, practical lessons that connect language with real communication.
And if you know someone who truly means business about learning English,
Share this episode with them.
we are grateful to grow alongside you.
Keep noticing patterns
Keep listening carefully.
and gently press ahead with your learning.
We'll see you in the next episode of the Koala English Podcast. Bye, everyone.